Hello everyone. Now look, I usually don't make this kinds of videos. I don't get into the debacles of the internet about the who's what who did what to who or something like that. But I want to get one thing straight. God of War Laufey is a game that I'm very excited about. I am old enough to have played the original God of War 1, 2, and 3 back on PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3. I've played God of War Sparta on PS Portable. I haven't played the God of War, the new version in 2018 by Cory Balrog, but my brother has played it, and I've watched him play it. And I think God of War Laufey is a continuation of that. This isn't like what happened with Disney bought Star Wars, where they give it to another studio, and the head of studio was something different, was a woman named Kathleen Kennedy, and took the franchise and started for women in it. No, it's nothing like that. Cory Balrog is still the creative director. Santa Monica is still the studio doing God of War. They just decided to pick up an existing character and create their own arc. That's all they did. If God of War was now with Atreus, and they decided to, Atreus is going to be the new God of War. They want to make a game with, from his journey from boy to manhood. I'll be fine with it too. But somehow, just because the game now focuses on a woman, the internet is losing their shit. They're going like, oh, this is not the God of War I want. God of War is supposed to be Kratos, a muscle guy, a bearded man. And just remind you, no, the original God of War was not Kratos. It was Harris. And we killed Harris to become the God of War. So, the God of War character has been changed a lot. And so to have another character on the game, to have her own arc, and she is a badass, man. She kicks ass. She doesn't, she's not polite and like a little lady talking to her. No, she gets shit done. She fights and she grapples and she gets beat up and she goes down and she gets backed up. So it's a action character. This is an action character. And to have the internet behave like children on the playground, where I don't play with girls. Yeah, girls. I mean, it's just so. I don't want to use the word immature because it looks like I'm putting myself above everyone else. It's not like that. It's just, video games are this, and these are video games. This is a good character. And you know what? At the same event, I think it was PlayStation State of Play, they showed another game where they changed the main character. Now, the main character was a woman in this game previously, and now they changed it to a man. The game is Control. In the previous installment, Control, you played as a woman, and now in the next installment, you play with a pre-existing character that gets its own arc, which is her brother. The brother in the first game, in the first Control game, did nothing. It was just in a glass box. And now, we have the game. They explore the action of the game. There's also, a lot of verticality. You play on the walls, you play on the ceiling, you play on the ground. You have multiple weapons, and they evolved the recipe that they had in the first game, and they did now the same thing, but with a man. And no one said anything. No one said anything. I didn't see any guy just complain about it, and most of all, I didn't see any woman complain that, oh, my beautiful character Control was about the woman, now it's changed to a man. Oh, how could they? I didn't see any of this. So, for the internet, some people on the internet, some influential people on the internet, which are some guys doing this crybaby thing, it doesn't make a good feel for them. I mean, really. Because, I'm an old guy, and I'm fine with when they take an existing pre-existing character from the same universe and they give it an arc, and the feel of the game is the same. It's an action game, and don't put any gender politics in it. Hopefully they don't put anything in Laufey. I'm all for it. I like the universe. I like the expansion of the universe. I even like when they make small DLCs about a small character that you might find in the game, or small story that you might find. And say, oh, let's try this happening. Where did this go? So I'm fine with God of War Laufey. It's the same way I'm fine with Control Resident. It's an expansion of the game, and it's an action game. I just hope the internet realizes that most players, and most male players like myself, are fine with it. Okay, you don't have to follow the trend to just bash things because they put a woman in. Now, this was a trend that was real, that they did on Star Wars and they did on other franchises, and we didn't like it because they were just, inserting some kind of agenda or some kind of message down our throats when all we want to be is just entertaining and follow the franchise of our youth, the one that we love. Same as women have their franchises, and when people start picking up those things and changing them to according to their issues or their problems or their message or their vision, then you got a problem. But this is not the case. God of War Laufey again is made by Santa Monica Studio, is still directed by Cory Barlog. Not the game director, is not him, it's another person, but the creative director, because now Cory Barlog has to juggle not only the games but also the movie that's coming out, or a series, I don't know. So he's still in charge of all those things. So I'm fine, I'm trusting Cory Barlog, I'm trusting Santa Monica Studio to do a good job, and I hope you trust them too. Until the product is out and we can evaluate it and say, well, they did a good job, or maybe they they f it up. But until then, I'm keeping my hopes up, and I hope you too. Internet, let's try to be a little bit more friendly with each other, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, have a great game, guys.